Hi there, a very good morning, good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This is Simply Stocks, and I'm here with another video. And this video corresponds to a micro cap company that looks interesting from a long term point of view. So, after a long time, I've looked at one of the micro cap companies that is looking good. So, we'll discuss about that as well as the market. So, let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is purely for educational purposes, and whatever discussions I have is on the basis of my experience into the market, and I'm not a member of the NSE and BSC, and that I'm not a portfolio advisor. So kindly do consult your financial advisor before taking any action. Before I talk about the company and the markets, a small request: kind support me on Patreon. Once you do that, help me grow the channel, help you ask me questions, seek out answers in greater detail. Once you get the membership, you'll have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and a number of podcasts on global and domestic economies on a long-term take, on whatever queries that you're having. I'll be happy to answer that. So the links will be in the description. Now, first of all, let me take you to the to the TradingView website to discuss about Nifty. The stock in question here is Envirotech Systems, a 200 crore market cap company, a very interesting company that has lot sizes embedded. So be extremely careful. It has lots embedded in it, but the company, as per the valuations, is looking interesting. Again, since it is a micro cap, so very difficult to find out about the management quality. So we could definitely have a Gensol kind of incident in these kind of companies, but on prima facie, just looking at the numbers and whatever we can find out uh, from whatever information we have on public forum, this looks a decent a company to analyze from a long-term point of view. So we'll discuss about Envirotech in a while. Let me just give you an idea of the Nifty, because there are queries coming in as to how the Nifty valuations are at the moment. So if you look at the Nifty currently at 24,350, it has gone up sharply from those lows of 7th of April when the Nifty hit 21,750, and from there on in we have seen a sharp recovery of nearly 3,000 points from the lows inside a month. That has been the sharp recovery that we have seen in Nifty. It is a similar kind of recovery as we saw in 2024 June, when the markets recovered from lows of around 21,300 that kept on going higher. So if you look at from a 1 year perspective, uh, if you look at the chart, the earlier low on 4th of March was made at 21,000, something around 21,900 or so. And then even now, even recently, it breached that and we went to 21,700. So a solid kind of double bottom that has been made, and the markets are trending higher. Now, how are the valuations at 24,350? I believe that we are currently on current valuations around 22 times. On forward basis, on 1230, you can say, rupees EPS for FY26, we are trading at 19.8 times. I believe in the shorter run there could be a chance of a 10% move in the next 2 months. 2 to 3 months. In the next 3 months, the market could scale 27,000 at best. And if those levels come in by July, if I am a short-term trader, I am invested from a 3 to 6 months point of view, I'll definitely take money off. From a long-term point of view, I see 30,000 coming in the next year to 18 months. I see 30,000 on the index, but there would be a lot of phases where the markets will correct 5 to 7% from a rally. So maybe we'll see 25,000, we'll again see 23,500, and like that. So the market is not overvalued, but market is not cheap either, like we saw at 21,700, at 21,750 on 1 year forward you were trading at 17 and a half times. So the markets have recovered, and in fact Nifty has done much better than mid and small cap this time around, and some of the mid and small cap stocks are still down from where they were on 7th of April. That is one cause of concern from a broader market point of view. But in terms of the Nifty, I believe that there is a 5,000 point rally waiting to happen over the next 18 months. So that's around 22 23%. upside over the next 18 months possible on the Nifty. But in the next 3 months, I believe that 27,000 is an optimistic kind of a target I'm looking at. Otherwise, the market could be range bound in that regard. That's what I feel because of the kind of global, you can say, economic conditions that we are seeing. Now coming to the stock in question, Envirotech Systems Limited. So it was incorporated in 97 and they provide acoustic insulating materials for all kinds of purposes. So basically they provide noise reduction solutions, complete noise reduction solutions in you can say cinema halls or big auditoriums or any places where it is required. And they have a vast range of products that they are into, and this is a very unique business or niche business that Envirotech is in. I have not actually I've done a research, and for me I don't know completely, but as far as I'm concerned, I have not found a company which is into the same domain that is listed in the market at the moment. If you know any such company which is into noise reduction or complete soundproof kind of technology provision or provides products of such kind at a vast scale at a project level, do let me know. But that is what Envirotech does. Just to give you an idea, I made a small presentation as well. So just to give you a short snapshot, headquartered in New Delhi, acoustic engineering solution, that's what the company provides. So specialization is design and manufacture of acoustic insulation and noise control solutions. So their product portfolio, these are the products that they have: noise testing booths, you have anechoic and semi-anechoic chambers and noise barriers, acoustic lowers and doors, etc. So many kind of different sort of noise reduction soundproof technology that they are currently providing. I'll come to the financial highlights on the screen of website. But if you look at the PE of the company, it's around 14, which is very reasonable. Promoter holds around 68%, and this is a sizable promoter holding that we are seeing, and around 3% is with FIIs, which is interesting. Now they have completed over 2,000 projects across various sectors, as I mentioned, and their major clientele from industrial and commercial sectors are there. International export orders, including Saint Gobain Glass, Egypt, is there. So they have international orders in there as well. So they have investment in infrastructure and moderation that they are doing at the moment, and continuous development of advanced acoustic solutions is where they are putting in their R&D and their effort. If I come back to the Screener website, you'll see that the market cap of the company is only 200 crores. It is around 4.3 times sales. Currently having a price of 108. Very liquid stock, kindly take that on note. And they have some sort of cap in terms of they have lot sizes, probably 800 shares or 1600 shares is what you can buy. 400 or 800 shares at a go is what you can buy for Envirotech. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind. This is for a real high risk takers who really want to put in money into a company which is extremely small cap. This is one stock that I'm really looking at in terms of PE. The stock is trading at around 14 times, 14 and a half times. Normally over a 5-year period, the average PE has been between 13 14 times, which is, so it is reasonably priced at the moment. If you look at it, its highs have been around 140, 150, 155, and lows has been around 89. It is trading at the lows, which is nice that the valuations and has not exploded yet. In terms of half yearly numbers, as I mentioned, 31 crores of sales in March 25 versus 28 is not a huge growth, but things are picking up for the company. If you look at from the last 3 4 year perspective, 10 crores sales became 18, then 28, then 46. So this has been a reasonable growth apart from the last year what they have done. Now the point of contention is that its IPO came in, if I look at it here, its IPO came in September of 24. So it's not that the IPO or the stock is listed from a long term from long ago, it has been just about 8 9 months, and FY25 numbers has not been that great. So kindly take all the numbers with a pinch of salt. That numbers till FY24 were good, but after its IPO has come in, or after the company has been listed, the numbers have not been that good for the June and September quarter. So let's see how December quarter point out. And one more thing here is that probably what you need to do is wait it out for 2 quarters, and let's see how numbers pan out. If the numbers dip further, you could get it at a reasonably low level from even from current levels if the numbers doesn't pick up. So be careful in that regard, but trading at 15 times, having not a lot of borrowings, decent cash flow numbers, and in terms of shareholding, having 69% promoter shareholding, 3% FII holding, which has increased in fact in the March quarter, and DIA holding is also there. So the public shareholding at the moment is around 27.5%. Even in that, we are seeing somewhere around 4.5% or so with large public shareholders. So around 23% is public shareholding, which is not a lot, so which is a good sign. So overall, interesting business to look at from a long-term point of view. Uh, do analyze. There are some caveats in here that it's extremely low market cap, extremely volatile, low volume is in there, and you have lot sizes embedded. So will be very difficult to exit. That's the point. If you buy a decent chunk with lot sizes, if you sell on lot sizes, you'll not get the exact price as to what the stock would be quoting at. But what is attracting me is the kind of business that it is into, which is into acoustic, which is into soundproofing, etc. That's one thing. So in terms of user industries, construction, public transport, road and rail networks, energy and utilities, music, sports, and public events is the biggest chunk that they come to. Airports, helipads, etc. That's where you need those soundproofing. If you look at their clientele, Cinepolis, Vivo, you have Hero, JSW Steel, etc. Their plants require such kind of uh, soundproofing in their in their infrastructure. Daikin is in there, ISRO, HUL, Maruti. So very decent, high kind of uh, clientele is in there. Amity, HAL, etc., LG, and so on. Capacity is 2000 square meter at the moment, but they are expanding into it. So decent in that regard. In terms of segment revenue, B2B is around 90%, customer is around 10%, geographical revenue split is 96% comes from domestic, which is a good sign considering the kind of geopolitical situation we are having with respect to tariffs. And in terms of revenue concentration, top 10 customers contribute 58%, and top 10 suppliers gave away 25% of their supplies. Apart from B2B, the company has also entered into B2C verticals to serve clients across industries like hotels, residential buildings, corporate buildings, banquet halls, auditorium, etc. That's where they are venturing into. So when they get into retail or customer base, this should, if that turns out well, this should end up becoming pretty big. So I believe this is a very interesting company to analyze. Envirotech Systems is from my end. So this was a video on Envirotech and the markets. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it, and kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching.